Off-plan project versus ready project. What should you buy as a property buyer in Dubai real estate? You're looking to buy a property, but you may be concerned or you may be confused. What's the difference between an off-plan project and a ready project? So here in this video, I'm going to explain the two, and also I'm going to outline the advantages and also the downside of it, so you understand what you should buy and what is best suited for you. So sit back and relax. By the way, my name is Benjamin and I welcome you to this video. I want you to like and share, comment on this video and share it so it can reach other people who need this information. So let's go. What is an off-plan project? Simply put, an off-plan project is any project that is being sold before it is ready for use, before it is completed. In most cases, it is sold even when the construction has not started yet. So usually it is sold based on plan, design, the renders and stuff like that. That is what the developers come up with, and then they begin to sell this project. And people buy into it, people invest in this project. In most cases, even this project, they get sold off before the actual construction starts. Okay, so any project that is not ready for immediate use, it is off plan. Now you may ask, why would you invest in an off plan project? Why is it not risky for you to invest in an off plan project? Because since you can't see the property, you can't touch it. What is the guarantee that your investment is secured? Well, you don't need to worry about that, because Dubai Land Department (DLD) has a very strict laws and regulations regarding off-plan project. So before any developer can launch a project, first of all, the land, there are some requirements that they have to meet. First, the land has to be there. The land is available where the project will be constructed. They must have the land available, and they must register. There are so many approvals they have to get from the Dubai Land Department RERA section. That's the Real Estate Regulatory Agency, RERA. So there's so much approval they have to get, and also they have to open what is known as an escrow account. This escrow account is where your payment or your investment into this project is going to go into, and this escrow account is monitored by the Dubai Land Department. So which means that the funds you are investing in this project is not really going directly into the developer's account. It is going into the escrow account, which is being monitored by Dubai Land Department. And for the developer to withdraw funds from this escrow account, it is tied directly to the project milestone. So as the project continues, they start construction. At each certain milestone, the developer can approach the account to withdraw. Before the DLD will approve this withdrawal, they have to check if the project has gotten to certain milestone. So for instance, they will say so amount. If the project gets to 10%, you are allowed to withdraw certain amount. If it gets to 20%, you can withdraw so amount. So this is the way it is structured, so that the investors' funds can be secured. So when you are investing in a off-plan project, you are not really paying the funds into the developer's bank account. You're paying it into an escrow account, which the Dubai Land Department monitors. Okay, so one of the criteria for any developer to launch an off-plan project is they must have an escrow account specifically for that project. So if a developer has 10 different projects they are launching, they must have 10 different escrow accounts for each of the project. You cannot use escrow account for project A to fund project B. You can't. Each new project you're launching, you must have an escrow account, and by so doing, your funds are secured. Then on the other hand, a ready project or ready property is simply any property that is ready for immediate use. Okay, so when you're buying a ready project, you can buy it and move in immediately if you want to live in the property yourself, or if you want to rent it out, you can buy it immediately and rent it out immediately. So it is already constructed, everything is ready, is fully finished. All right, so when you're buying that, it is something that you can buy and use immediately. It is ready for immediate use. Okay, so let's look at side by side what are the advantages, and also we'll consider the risk of a ready project. First, we'll look at the advantages, and then we'll look at the risk, and then also we'll look at the the advantages for off-plan project and also the risk. So I'm going to list out four of them, four advantages and four risk that's associated with ready project. First one is immediate use. I think I mentioned partly before that ready project, you buy and you use it immediately, so you don't need to wait. There's no waiting period. You buy, you move in. So immediate use and also immediate rental income, because if you're looking to move in, you will use it immediately, and if you're looking to rent it out immediately, you can rent out and start getting your rental income. So immediate use. Second one is low risk, because it's something you can see, you can inspect, you can view. So what you see is what you get. There's no delay, construction delay, as you will have it in off plan. But in ready project, there's no such risk, because you can inspect everything, you can see the quality, you can see the amenities and everything, you can view it and you can confirm it before you buy. So that risk is non-existent in ready project. And the third one is, this is very important, this one is access to mortgage. Access to mortgage is very important, because maybe you don't have the bulk money to buy at once and you want to depend on finance, you want to get a mortgage for it. That is where this comes in. You have access to mortgage, because mortgage financing only works for ready project. Okay, because the process of mortgage is, include that before they issue a mortgage for you, they have to do evaluation. The bank has to send evaluation team to the property to make evaluation, and they can't do that evaluation if the property is not ready, right? Because they need to assess the property, they need to visit the property, go there, take photos and everything. So basically, if the property is not ready, then the accessibility for mortgage is, though some mortgage consultants can tell you, oh, they can get a mortgage for you for off plan, but in practice it is almost impossible. Even if it's possible, it's going to be very complicated. So access to mortgage is very important, and it's one of the key advantages of ready project. And then the fourth one is immediate title deed, immediate legal title. In this instance, title deed, you're getting your title deed instantly once you buy it. Once you go to the registration trustee to make the transfer of ownership, instantly you're getting your title deed. So you don't need to wait. Okay, you don't need to wait, as compared to off-plan project where you have to wait all through the construction period until the time for handover, right? But for ready project, you buy and you get your title deed instantly. So those are the advantages of a ready project. So the disadvantages, or if you want to call it risk, for ready project, I also list four of them. The first one is higher upfront cost. Higher upfront cost, because in ready project you are paying everything upfront. You're paying all the price, everything. You're paying it at once. So there's no, percentage or payment plan. You don't have it. Okay, that is number one. Number two, it has lower potential for capital appreciation. Okay, because in most cases the appreciation would have happened during the construction phases. So by the time you're getting the handover, by the time you're buying it, it's possible that the capital appreciation would have happened, through the construction period. So even though it can still happen while you bought it, but it's not, it will not be high as much as you compare it to when you compare it to the off-plan project. Okay, then the third one is higher maintenance cost, of course, because once you buy, There are sometimes there will be wears and tears on the apartment. You have to maintain, service charge and all those things you have to pay. So the maintenance cost is there, right? But if you compare that to off-plan project, there's no maintenance cost for off-plan project during the construction phases. That's number 3. And number 4 is the payment is not flexible. Like I mentioned, there is kindly related to the first one. The payment is one-time payment, so there's no flexibility. Even though once in a while you can have, especially when you're buying directly from the developer, you can have some payment plan, but it's in general it's very rare, so mostly there is no payment flexibility in payment plan. You have to buy and pay at once, and so these are the disadvantages or risk for ready project. Now what you notice is that the advantages for off-plan project and the disadvantages of off-plan project is kind of interwoven, right? You can call it vice versa. What is the advantage for off-plan project will be the disadvantage for a ready project, and what is a advantage for a ready project will be an disadvantage for off-plan project. It's kind of inversely related. Okay, so for off-plan project, right, it has higher potential for capital appreciation, because once you buy during the construction phases period, before you get your handover, the appreciation would have happened. So by the time you're getting your handover, you're getting it at a much higher value as compared to how much you bought it. So there's a higher potential for capital appreciation in off-plan as compared to ready project. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, there is lower upfront cost for investing. I think I mentioned it earlier on, with just about 20% plus the DLD charges 24%, you can invest in an off-plan project, and then you can pay the remaining amount all through the duration of the construction. So it has a lower upfront cost. You will notice that in ready project it has higher upfront cost. So these are kind of inverse relationship between the off-plan and the ready project. The third one is the payment plan is flexible. Okay, is for off-plan project, the payment plan is flexible, so you have up to the project duration to pay for it. So if the project is taking 5 years or 6 years, your payment plan is structured in a way that you pay all through. Okay, sometimes it can even be monthly. Sometimes the payment plan can be as little as 1% per month, or even 1%, 2% in quarterly, or biannually. However it is, each project has their own payment plan. So, but in general, there's flexibility in payment plan. Okay, and then lastly, number 4, there is no maintenance cost. All right, because you are not paying for service charge, you're not paying for, there's no wears and tears on the apartment that you have to replace. So basically there is zero maintenance for off-plan, so there's no cost for maintenance. But if you compare that to the ready project, the moment you get your handover, you buy the property, you get your keys. Yeah, though it's a new project, it's a new property, but the moment you start, service charges start accumulating, you have to pay that. So those are part of the maintenance. Okay, and sometimes maybe some lightning bulbs or some little minor maintenances you have to spend money on. So all those ones are the cost that you spend on a ready project in maintenance. But for off-plan project, it is zero maintenance cost. So these are the advantages and the disadvantages of off-plan project and ready project. So I hope I'm able to explain this in how you understand it, and thank you for watching this video. And if you like it, kindly share this video so other people can have access to it, and also comment. And if you have any other topic you want me to discuss, you can DM me or put it on the comment section. And also, by the way, if you're looking for an experienced agent to work with, maybe you're looking to buy a property, or you want to sell, or maybe you have a property you're looking to sell, you can, send me a DM and let's talk and see how we can work together on that. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and see you in my next video.